What's up, guys and gals? Stock Jock here, up $1,039 on the day. My last two trading days have been red. I think I lost $380 yesterday, and then $250 the day before. Not huge losses for me, and I was happy for those. But I was down early on those days, like over $1,000, and I came back and shortened up that loss. But it was nice to be green today and make up for some of those, red days for sure. Up $1,039, and let's just go over the trades. So right out of the gates, there wasn't anything I liked particularly. So I kind of waited, and the first one I was kind of watching was EVOK for a short. This had a offering come out, and I thought this was going to go below $3 today, but when a stock is short sale restricted, it doesn't move the fastest to the downside. But nonetheless, I saw this area of support right here, and I was thinking if it was going to break, it would get the move down. So I went short at 323, looking for that break, and sure enough, we broke it. It went all the way down to 310, and then came back up. And hindsight, I should have covered down here as we're breaking the Bollinger Band, because that's kind of an extreme move. I should have covered down here and then anticipate the pop back up and then reshort it up here from another move down. But I didn't do that. So I covered as it was coming back up at 318. I was like, I missed my opportunity. But anyway, I took the 5-cent win and I was happy with it. It gave me a little bit of a cushion on the day, and it allowed me to feel good with my first trade being green. PTCT was a pure news play. This one was on Benzinga. Benzinga reported that a note is being circulated around the trading desks, quote unquote, that Credit Suisse has a price target coming out for PTCT for $95 to $100. All right, there's a few things that scream just fake to me on that news, but nonetheless, I knew it was going to move the stock. But anyway, the red flags is a note being circulated around. All right. Whenever you hear that, you've got to think, okay, well, if it's real, why doesn't Credit Suisse just come out and say that that's their price target on the stock? Okay, so normally when you hear a note is being circulated around the trading desk, what that means is probably some hedge fund or some big wig sent out a text, email blast, Slack blast, whatever they do to communicate to the big funds out there, or you know the traders sitting at the big firms. This news that's usually what that is. It's someone trying to get out some kind of rumor in order to move a stock, and maybe they want that stock to pop up so they can sell some shares because they got too many and they want to dump them. All right, so that's flag number one. Flag number two is the price target was between $95 and $100. Okay, no legit firm is going to say we have a price target between $95 and $100. No, they usually say price target of $95 or price target $98. It's cut and dry. So whenever two red flags there, right? You got the note being circulated, and then the price target was a range. All right, two red flags. So it tells me it's probably fake. Nonetheless, I took the trade because I know that when a couple thousand people hear that news, they're going to run over here and say, whoa, this is a $13 stock and it's going to have a price target of $100. This thing's going to go to $100. I can make a fortune off of this. So anyway, when I got over here, it was already popped up a little bit and I felt like I was chasing it. I got in at basically 1350 and it came right back down, and I'm like, oh crap. Because I knew it was fake. I knew it was kind of fake, right? And I knew someone's just probably dumping shares. So I was looking just for one more pop to get me my profit. And that's what happened. I finally got this pop up. A couple minutes later, I sold it 1375, 3,000 shares, 25-cent win. And sure enough, came right back down and sold off. And we're at 1350 right now. But again, it's just, you got to know what you're listening to on these news sources. Just because there's a rumor going around that a stock is going to hit a price target of blah, 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 you got to think to yourself, That sounds a little fishy. Can I make money off it though? This isn't kind of like a hold and hope kind of thing. This is, you got to know what you're doing. Uh, Wall Street is one big pump and dump, man. It is one big pump and dump from the little fish all the way to the big fish. The guys you see on TV, they're talking about stocks and all that, they're pumping their stocks that they want to pump because they're in them and they want them to go up. Anyway, so pump and dump. That's exactly what happened here. But I made money on it, so I'm happy. FSLR, this was another news play. This one was FSLR was going to be bought out or rumored to be bought out or have an offer on the table for $65 a share. Basically double what the company's worth right now. It's kind of crazy. But nonetheless, I knew it was going to move the stock. I jumped in really quick right here. We got a quick pop up and it didn't want to move very fast. I tried to get out in the 40s, but I got filled at basically a 2 cent win from 30, 35 to 37. So whatever. Just looking for scalps on these news plays that sound like rumors. Just trying to get a quick buck. That's it. Cure was my next play, and this one, I hate this daily chart, and I don't know what this news was that got this thing to pop up and then just sell, sell, sell. But normally when you see a pop up like this, it's probably some kind of good news. You want to see it retrace up in this area to move back up. That would be really nice. But when a stock pops up like this and then goes below the previous level of support, that's very bearish. I mean, it broke two levels of support. There's a level of support here and a level of support here. You know, in this area and this area, and on its way down, it broke all of it. And it broke all the moving averages on the way down. This is the 200, this is the 20-day, and this is the 50-day. Broke them all, right? So anyway, this was a chat room play. Warrior Trading played this one. A link is down in the description down below. They killed it. They actually got in before it halted. As you can see here, it got this huge spike from $3.35 to $4, and then it halted. And then out of the halt, I mean, that's over $1 move if you would have got in with those guys. I did not. I wasn't quick enough, and I could have gotten in up here, but I don't like doing that. I don't like chasing a stock that's already up like 70 cents. And I was looking at the daily. I'm like, this daily chart sucks. If I would have gotten in up here or down here, okay, sure, no problem. But whatever. So I missed this. Warrior Trading got a good fill on it. They're running a discount right now. Link is down in the description down below. I think it's 30% off any order. The coupon code is on the website. You'll see it if you use that link down below. You'll see the coupon code for 30% off any subscription. So I would take advantage of that. It's a really good chat room, especially if you're a day trader. All the day trades usually happen before 12 o'clock, and then they're done trading. But it's a really good chat room for day trading. So anyway, I missed out on this. I didn't want to chase it. Whatever. I didn't like the daily. You're running in all sorts of moving averages again, and you can kind of see it's hitting here now as it broke it, but it's kind of hanging out the moving averages. So what I did is I tried to play the 5-minute play. You got the spike up, consolidation, and as soon as we're going candle over candle here, that's the play I made. That's a much safer play. So I got in at $4 in the anticipation of 405 breaking, and we got the break, but then it only went up to 412. It kind of hovered at 410. I was like, whenever you see that kind of a move for candle over candle at 5-minute, you want to see this thing jump, and the volume just didn't happen on it, and it just hovered, and then I got out because it just wasn't moving. I got a terrible fill at 402 coming back down, but yeah, bear sign. If it just doesn't start exploding back up, maybe even move to high day, that's my cue to get out, and as you can kind of see, it sold off from there. EVOK, this was a candle under candle play. I was trying to hit this again. Again, I knew this was going to go below 3 today. That was my prediction. I put it on stock twits, and I still think it's going to go there today probably. But it's short share restricted, so it's going to take a while. And I just don't have the patience for these stocks. I don't. So anyway, candle under candle, you had this break here, a curl back up, and I was playing for the break and move back down, right? So this is my, pivot point. As soon as it broke 315, I thought we'd get a move back down. So I went short at 316. I was trying to get filled at actually 315, but hey, market makers gave me an extra penny, so I got filled at 316. Sure enough, we broke it and went to 312, and then it popped back up kind of quickly, and I was like, what the heck? This is, I don't have the time for this. So I was watching it, it popped back up, it broke down, and then it popped right back up, and I was just like, oh, I hate this stock. I just don't have time for this. I mean, it's probably lemmings buying this thing up through here that don't even know what they're doing. But nonetheless, I just didn't have the patience for it. So as it was moving back up, I didn't want to hold this and go red and then wait for the next curl down. I just covered for basically a penny and a half for 3,000 shares, which brought me to $1,039 on the day. I'm kind of PO'd because, look at it now, right? It's down, it hit $3, tried to break $3, couldn't do it. It's popping back up. I might try to reshort it later on. We'll see. But my account value is $39,936. I'm $64 away from $40,000, and I would be way over that by now had I not spent money out of this account to pay bills and stuff like that. But I have a kind of trading strategy that I'm using right now that whenever I reach a $10,000 mark, I bump my quantity size up on my shares. So right now I'm in the 30,000 range, so I'm using 3,000 shares. If I go to $40,000, I'll bump it up to 4,000 shares per trade, and that's just a way of increasing my outcome potential, my risk as well, but knowing that I've got what I've made this year as a cushion. If for some reason once I get 40 and I make a trade and I go red and it drops below 40, I'll go back down to 3,000 shares per trade. So we'll see how it goes. A lot more risk goes into it as this number bumps up, but it will also increase my reward. And like I said, I've got my earnings this year as kind of my backup. It's not like I'm hovering around $25,000. I'm up at near 40 right now, so doing pretty good on the year, and I'm happy for that. If you want a link to the 2 chat rooms that I subscribe to, they're down in the description below. I use Jason Bond Picks and Warrior Trading. Link to both of those is in the description down below. If you're new to trading, I recommend Jason Bond Picks because they have a ton of video lessons that just introduce you to the market, introduce you to trading, introduce you to swing trading, day trading. It's just really good for beginners. If you're a day trader and you want a lot of movement going on in the first couple hours of the trading day, I recommend Warrior Trading and Jason Bond Picks. There's some really good day traders in Jason Bond Picks as well. Yeah, those are the 2 that I use. Like I said, Warrior Trading is doing a 30% discount on any subscription that you take right now. Coupon code is on the website. Just click the link down below. You'll see that as you're checking out over there. Also, a link is to the news source that I use, which is Benzinga. And if you use the coupon code StockJock at checkout, all one word, you'll get 30% off your order. You can find me on Twitter at StockJockAT. You can also find me on Google Hangouts at StockJockAT@gmail.com. I'm there to answer questions, fellows and gals. I'm there to talk, to chat it up about stocks. Any questions you may have, I'm there to help free of charge. It's absolutely insane that I do this for free, but alas, free of charge. Anyway, y'all, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.